Welcome to your reading, Taurus. The focus for this reading is the 3rd till the 10th of April 2021, or whenever you see it and you feel it's the right time, you can always just have a look at it. Thank you for all of you that supported my beautiful April reading so wonderfully that I uploaded last week. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Adrian H. I'm an intuitive healer. I also practice spiritual regression hypnosis. Remember, this is a general reading. Take it as it resonates. If you want to have a focus on your own personal reading, you're more than welcome to book a personal reading with me. My email address is down below in the description. And also thank you so much for all the beautiful donations that I've been receiving. Let's look at your energy. We're going to do your tarot. We're going to look at your current energy, where you're coming from, what's coming towards you. You're going to clarify, and then you're going to end off your reading with a crystal energy. So, sort of what is the crystal energy, the earth energy that can assist you optimally at this particular point in time. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so first card fell all the way to the floor, looking at your recent past. Interesting stuff. Okay, let's see where that is going to go. Alright. From a really unpleasant situation or stressful situation, some really good might have come. Overall energy for your reading is the High Priestess. Things are about to change quite profoundly here for you. You're in this big period of change. Let's see. Big period of things sort of altering for you, which is wonderful. We're going to look at that more when you clarify, because there's really big things that are coming here for you. Okay, really big things. Let's see. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so in the recent past you've got the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Emperor. In your current energy you've got the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. And then in the energy that's coming towards you, Taurus, we've got the Ace of Cups, the Judgment card, and the Page of Swords. Alright, so there might have been a situation there in the past that you were very concerned about. People might have said, listen, you're worrying too much, you're always overthinking about things, you're always sort of, almost like dissecting and stressing and things like that. But you were convinced that you were right about something, You were convinced that you, that you sort of hit the nail on the head with this one. And I feel that the frustration maybe was that you didn't sort of have the, concrete evidence to prove your point that, that you are right. And that was, maybe quite challenging for you, but you knew that you were right. Like there wasn't really any sort of doubt about that. And as it turns out you were, that might have been the truth that came out there, not in the nicest way, in fact, really sort of threw your world upside down. But in the same token, also quite amazingly, sort of really gave you, sometimes when we find the truth, let me put it like that. So sometimes when we find the truth about a situation, even when we don't like the truth, it gives us the opportunity to to really sort of find ourselves in that situation, to find our energy in that situation, to find ourselves in that situation, our own sort of, inner core strength, your sort of place in this world, your place in the chaos, And so I feel that there has been a space where things have been sort of wild over there, and you did happen to turn out, to be right about a situation. But in actual fact, as it turns out, in the beautiful way that life can work sometimes, this actually benefited you more than you could have initially anticipated, more than you actually realized that it could. So in your current energy, this is you basically stepping away from problems in your life, whatever doesn't serve you positively, whatever doesn't honor your soul. I'm trying to find my seat on this chair. There we go. Whatever wasn't, honoring you, this is where you are at the moment, letting go. And I feel that this is like this one specific, energetic connection that's really, it's like for you, I would say that it was a real challenge to let it go before, and it might be feeling challenging now as well. But this is that sort of peace that we find sometimes where we, have to accept that it's time to let something or someone go, It's like when we, you know, say we at a funeral sometimes, or maybe after the burial, you know, you go to the gravesite or you scatter the ashes or whatever it is that you do. But you have that moment where you realize within yourself that you have to accept what is taking place or what took place. And this is where you are right now. And it also sends you letting go of a lot of things that were really weighing on your mind quite heavily. You know, you're releasing those sort of things. Looking forward, focusing forward in a beautiful, wonderful way. Now, what's coming towards you? Absolute, wonderful, beautiful, incredible, fantastic divine intervention. All right. Really, really amazing. And this is what happens when you where you currently are. So know that everything that you do right now is not in vain, because as we let go and as we release, you know, with the highest peace that we can find within ourselves, and you know, no sort of selfishness or low vibing plans or nothing like that. You are doing your best to do your best, even if you're not 100% certain, you know, what it might be within this particular situation. But the fact that you are doing that is really changing things, dynamically changing things here, and you are setting yourself up for this beautiful big blessing. All right. There are certain things that that needs to be, you know, going forward. You do realize that there are some changes that need to be implemented. I also feel that it is sort of time to make it clear to everyone exactly where you stand, you know, within your life and in relation to their life. Because I feel that for many of you, there is sort of an acceptance, you know, because you come from a kind, beautiful part, you know, where you really want to assist everyone. So there is that, you know, sometimes where, and especially for you, Taurus, you know, that can happen for you sometimes, where you really want to be there for everyone to the highest and greatest good of all. But then people sort of, you know, I don't know, they turn you into this version of who they feel that you should be, and if they say this, then it must be like that, and if they say that, it must be like that, and you're like, just hold your horses just for a moment, let's just easy peasy there. Let me just let you know what my feel is about things. I do feel that you're setting the record straight over there, which is so fantastic. I really, really like that. And then, let's see. Okay. So, and then you are really making some very powerful decisions about your life here going forward. Really powerful decisions that you are making. Okay. Let's clarify the vibe. Let's see what we got. Let's clarify. We're going to clarify the overall energy first for you, Taurus. So the Capricorn card. Oh my goodness, like this card just wanted to come out, and let me actually show you. So clarifying this card. So the High Priestess, sorry, the High Priestess, my apologies. The High Priestess is clarified by the High Priestess, the first card that's coming out. So High Priestess clarified by High Priestess, Three of Swords and Ace of Wands. This is quite something, in fact. This is really that space where you are really, really, really just going forward, growing from strength to strength. Okay. There was a lot of past situations that brought you to where you are right now, but you've healed from that. You've really beautifully healed from that, and your heart is ready to just sort of shine again. Okay, so if you may have felt almost like you wish you could sort of just hide yourself under a rock there for a while, you're at that space where you are ready now. You're ready to step forward, and you're ready to experience life in the most beautiful and highest form that you can. It's really, really beautiful. Okay, there's a beautiful, again, intervention taking place for you at the moment. So there is a shift taking place inside of your heart. So let's just put this into perspective, because in the recent past, there's the Ace of Swords, which we're going to clarify for you just now. But there's also there's a divine intervention, okay? Where you sort of reach that point of that sort of impasse or impasse, where you sort of realize that something needs to be done. You know, there's a shift that is required over here. Things can't carry on the way that they are. And because you come from a point of love, even when you step away, because you come from a point of love, there's this, it's almost like the vault, the magical vault inside of you is being opened. And then coming towards you is sort of very helpful people, you know. The lending hand is really, or the helping hand rather, you know, lending help really comes forward for you. But it's not like a lend, borrow sort of situation, you know, gotta give back and those sort of things. This is not about holding tabs. This is about you having opened yourself to what it is that you'd like to experience in life, becoming ready within yourself to be doing that. And now, as you're going forward, being in the space to receive. Okay. It's wonderful. Let's look at, we're just going to clarify this this Ace of Swords there in your recent past. Before we actually do, I just want to draw a card for all these aces, you know, for all these beautiful aces. And obviously the one ace that we do not have here on the board is the Ace of Pentacles. So you might be looking for a financial breakthrough, an golden opportunity. Let's see. So I 3 cards that fell out there, and what are they? Okay, so 3 cards that fell out. Ace of Wands in reverse and 3 of Swords. Okay, as well as the 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the Fool. So this is you in the recent past wanting to go forward, being ready to go forward, you know, feeling ready inside, having healed, but being a little bit, somehow maybe finances were holding you back. Maybe I feel for some of you kind of like needed to maybe, you know, take care of a sick loved one or something like that. There was that sort of delay that was taking place there in the recent past. But I also feel again that somehow you needed to stand up for yourself. And it's always good to see, you know, what brought us to where we currently are. So let's just draw a card for the Emperor as well in your recent past. What is this card? I definitely want to come out. 4 of Cups. So there may have been an offer there in the past for you. It can be love. It could be, you know, any other aspect as well. And you were like, nah, that is not really for me. You could be dealing with the same person coming towards you, because I feel that you may have had that sort of conversation with someone where, you know, when you really like someone, but you tell them that the timing is not right at this particular point in time, but you actually really, really mean it, like you're not just blowing them off. But then I also felt that that sort of stayed with you within your emotions, you know, it didn't just leave. Let's look at your current energy, the 8 of Cups. So, you know, stepping towards higher, more, opening your heart to dreams where you are right now. Let's see what that is all about. Oh, come on. So 4 of Wands in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, 8 of Swords and the Star. So some of you may feel that you don't really have any choices at this particular point in time, you know, and I also feel that is why you've got this thing of wanting to walk away. Wherever you are, you don't really, it's almost like you don't feel that there's any more room for growth. Like, you know, like we sometimes feel when we have outgrown our surroundings and our settings. I feel that is where you are at the moment, and pretty frustrated. So there's the willingness to go forward, and there's the willingness to sort of break through, but not quite sure how to do it. Maybe feeling without options or choices, or also feeling that some people might get hurt. I do sense there's a bit of mind manipulation that is taking place here too for you, Taurus. So there could be some mind manipulation that's also taking place. Let's look at that 9 of Wands. But sorry, just before we do, there's a beautiful, you're in the space of powerful receiving. And so there is quite an incredible breakthrough that is coming here for you as well. Sort of like maybe something that you work towards hard, you know, for quite a while, and it's just sort of opening to you, you know, almost like a miracle basically. Let's look at the 9 of Wands in your current energy. You've got the 5 of Swords, you've got the 6 of Wands, and you've got the Magician. So this is the thing, you know, this is you forgiving. So you might kind of be in an ongoing sort of confrontation, in a fight, you know, with somebody where, you know, whenever you're all together or you speak or you text or whatever, this issue does come up, you know, even just an email or whatever. And this is you deciding, you know what, I am not going to contribute to this emotional situation any longer. So you're retracting from that, and that pushes you forward, and you're really unlocking all the magic that has always been available to you in life, that magic that you're born with, that sort of, sorry, that sort of dream that is calling us. So, you know, getting that, and also getting a real lot of clarity in your life, you know. So not really interested in anything that doesn't sort of align with the plan, you know, the positive plan that you would have for your life. Let's look at the 10 of Wands in your current energy. We got the Queen of Wands, the Sun, and the 9 of Swords. Haha. So this is, yeah, so you really realize that you wanted to feel better about yourself, you wanted to feel better about life. This is where you are at the moment. So you're really doing that inner work that almost sort of turns you like into this magical, you know, being, like almost like a witchy type of being. But it's a beautiful alignment that you have, or realignment that we have with nature that we sometimes forget. Wonderful things coming your way. There are still, I feel that in the one end, you know, this is almost like the conversation that you might be having with life. So the perfect opportunity came up. The time feels right. You in it to win it. Everything feels perfectly right. But there are sort of those loose ends that is, you know, that is still giving you, you know, some sort of worries and concerns over here. And I feel that a lot of you are sort of, you know, maybe like speaking to the moon, or, you know, speaking to life, universe, source, feeling sort of like the breath of life blowing past you, understanding or realizing this is source and actually asking for help. I also see some of you sort of like sitting on the beach, could be next to a river, but you know, you're like somewhere out in nature asking for help. I can even feel your hands sort of touching the bark of the tree, which might be sort of wet, moist, not, you know, and maybe there's some moss, quite nice actually, and some fireflies for some reason. Okay, some fireflies and some arum lilies. So what's coming towards you? So we're clarifying the Ace of Cups, and the first card that fell out right there for you with the Ace of Cups, for the energy that's coming towards you, Taurus, you've got the World in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So there is a bit of a hesitation here for you to go forward. And you know, this is a challenging situation sometimes, because also you obviously have all the good intentions for everybody, you know, involved. You also might be dealing with somebody that doesn't actually realize that their sort of, how do I put this? Their cycle is done, you know, and like it's time to move on, and you're trying to sort of make them see that, but we can't really do that. What I do sense though is that, and this is a wonderful way to go about things, you rather assist them inside your heart. You see, how can I assist you? How can I support you instead of working against you? That actually works out really, really well for you. I feel that, you know, that you are changing your approach going forward, and the change of approach, that's, you know, instead of looking at sort of like what do we not have in common, or you know, what is it that we want to work on, what do we actually, you know, what do we have in common, what are the things that are working out? I sense you coming from that direction, and that actually really changes everything quite beautifully here. Okay, let's look at the Judgment card for the energy coming towards you. For the Judgment card, we've got the Justice card, we've got the Eight of Cups again, which we also had in your current energy, and we've got the Fool. So yeah, this is you coming to clear insight and understanding, really, that, you know, certain cycles have to come to an end. That's just what it is. That it's time to, you know, whereas you may have had that realization where you currently are, that it is time to move forward, but maybe you tried to salvage a situation, you didn't just want to cut anybody off, where you now realize this is actually the best course of action to take going forward. All right, there's that sort of clarity that we get sometimes, and there's a beautiful, amazing, brand new beginning. Okay, fantastic new beginning for you. Let's look at the Page of Swords also for coming towards you. The Ten of Cups fell right out. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, and you've got the Ace of Cups. Remember, the Ace of Cups was the one card that we, no, it was the Ace of Pentacles. So that's a confirmation for you again. So well, I feel that for you, it's sort of like important to first get your foundational family sort of base sorted out. So you're getting that sorted out, and then there's the focus on money. And in actual fact, as you change that focus, again, there's a divine intervention that takes place for you. So incredible divine intervention. Source is really, you're walking this path hand in hand, you know. wonderful solutions coming through here for you with money through another person, in fact. So maybe the right person sort of mention you to another person, or they say something to you and they just sort of shift your world. Okay, so many positive things to look forward, many positive things to actually look forward to. Okay, how fantastic is that? You know, and if you like that, Taurus, then take a nice deep breath into your heart and accept it for yourself, whether you are Taurus or not. Remember, we are all one, we're all connected. There's a little bit of, you know, something in everyone. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, I really do appreciate that. Remember to hit that notification bell. And if you want to have a personal reading, a one-on-one, send me an email. We'll find you a slot. We do a reading for you. Okay. For now, let's see what is the crystal energy you can focus on. There's that one sticking out here. Oh, Hedonite, which is says gratitude. Gratitude is that wonderful power that just unlocks everything for us, you know, in this world. And, you know, Taurus, the more you focus on the things that you are grateful for, the more you focus on the things that are working out for you right now, the more things you actually have working out for you as well. That is the power of gratitude. All right. Hope that helps. See you next time.